Starting. Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer Show 468. Decent number. Like the number. It's okay. It rolls off the tongue a little. 468 is okay. It doesn't have that punch, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's okay. We'll work with it. So we've got. We are here. By the way, we are here every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to tune in. And starting yesterday, I'm going to try to have a pop-up Friday show when possible. I don't want to schedule it because I'm not exactly sure I can do that every single Friday because, like Bum said there in the chat, I like to have a little bit of a live sometimes. Do some things that are offline, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think kind of we all do, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me for being a human and actually wanting to, connect with other humans face to face. Well, in person.
Come on.
This is face to face, but I mean in person. You know what I'm saying? So, in any case, we've got Bum on the show today. We've got Mark, we got Craig, and we got Earth. Man, how you guys doing, brothers?
Excellent.
Good.
All good.
Yep. Awesome, man. I was just finishing up one of my warm-up beers. I've got a couple of warm-up beers, and it's Sam Adams. The Sam 76 was my first warm-up beer. Nothing super crazy. 4.7% ABV and 12 IBUs. Just a nice sessionable brew. Like I said, nice warm-up beer. It's for those of you that would like something that tastes a little better,
they're really pushing that too. They're pushing the Sam 76.
Oh, are they really?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Is there a lot? I mean, but there's a lot of advertising for it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like in-store displays and.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, because I'm finding it everywhere. I mean, I have no problems finding the 76 right now. It's all over the place. My next warm-up beer will be just an Especial, just a Modelo Especial, which is now it's a big beer, isn't it, Earth? Like Modelo's. Talk about a beer you can find everywhere. Is that Modelo Budweiser owned? Is that InBev? Oh, you have Modelo Negro.
Yep, had one last night.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
I think is that a InBev beer?
I can't keep track of who owns who anymore, with a few exceptions.
I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, that's part of that other big group, isn't it?
Miller? No.
I think it's part. I can't remember the name. Is it starts with a C, doesn't it?
Constellation Brands.
Yeah. Constellation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. We got Bobo in the chat, and he's wearing pants.
For now.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. For now, exactly. So what are you drinking there, Earth? We'll start with you today, brother.
I'm drinking oak aged worldwide stout.
Oh man. Haven't bought
low ABV stuff. I know.
Oak aged vanilla worldwide stout.
Yeah.
Oh.
Soon. I will buy it soon.
Yeah. This is it's almost a year old. I've been sitting on it.
Wow. Cool.
It's heavy on the chocolate. Vanilla is definitely there.
Wow.
It's a little boozy. It's good though.
Yeah, I'm sure even after a year that the booze in that would not fade. What is that? 17? Yeah.
Yeah, 17. We've got 45,000 ratings. This is just the general login for this one. 488 in the last 30 days. 17.5% ABV. That's the warm-up beer, my friends. 70%, 70 IBUs, and a 4.29.
That's
4.29.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that one bottle is almost like a bottle of wine, or so just
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Good stuff.
What's that? Is that a smaller bottle too? Is that like
12 ounce.
Is it 12 ounce? Okay, I thought
Yeah.
maybe it might have been a 9 point something. Or okay,
I don't know if you can
Yeah.
see that. 12
Awesome.
ounce.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the big boys right there, man. 17.5. Hello.
Oh,
Huh?
this one says 16.
Oh, does it really? Okay. So it's
I
not
think
quite.
it's last year's 2017, maybe. Yeah, 2017 vintage. Almost a year old.
Almost a year old.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. And Craig, what are you having, brother?
I'm drinking a beer from Magic Rock, and this is their Human Cannonball Double IPA.
Oh,
It's the 2018 edition.
I love that.
Yeah,
Looks like
it's
Mr. Bill, kind of. Like
Yeah,
Mr. Bill's
pretty
face.
cool.
It does with the frown, yeah.
Yeah. Some of the artwork is getting pretty clever, and still keeping the ink down to where it's affordable for them. Because I would imagine the more colors and stuff that you get involved is more pricey. So that's pretty. That's not that's pretty good labeling for. What is it? Just looks like just 2 colors on that one, right?
Yeah, I mean they kind of run through their beers. I had this one the other day, which it's very similar kind of artwork, but yeah,
Looks like the
kind
guy
of
from Pac-Man.
yeah, very
Ghost.
kind of
Oh, yeah, it
recognised.
does.
Yeah, really recognisable branding.
Wow, it looks like I'm coming in chump change today because we got 909. Oh, sorry, 9,954 ratings right now, and 1,400 in the last 30 days. 9.2% ABV, no IBUs rated at this time. 4.17 bottle cap rating, man. Very solid beer. Wow.
It's like an annual release. They've done it for the last four years or so. I've had the last 3 years versions. So, but yeah, it's always something to look forward to. It's really decent.
Looks like we're 2 for 2 for Tom beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. What's this malt acidulated? What's acidulated malt?
Um,
I hadn't heard that one before. I'm going to look that up. Acidulated
yeah, good
malt.
idea. I can't remember. I did read it once, a few times, but I just
Oh yeah, there it was too, right on the top. Boy, Google knows what the hell you're doing.
yeah, it knows. It knows what you're going to do, doesn't it? And it knows lots of things.
It knows lots of things. We're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into what Google knows later. That was a hell. I like that one. That was a hell of a softball right there.
Yeah.
What? Let me see if I can pick another link here. This was still from the hop tea. I guess we could discuss that later. We'll discuss that later. That was from yesterday. Here's Northern Brewery. Yeah, this should be a good explanation on what. Let's see. They give us a definition here. Good for brewing Pilsner with soft water. Recommended by what was that? Weinerman for pills and Hefeweizen mashes.
I don't know. The sound.
No, not
Still
on.
water, so good for you. Must do something to the.
There's your price right there, though. $203 and free shipping over $30. So there you go. Get it in Glendale by June 29th. So I could have it Friday, if I'm in a hurry, to get some malt. I think I'm good for now. You know what I'm saying? But that was the first time I have heard of acidulated.
Sure you don't want to crank out a 5-gallon batch before the next show beer?
I'm trying to cut back, trying to cut back on my brewing these days. I was getting a little carried away for a while. That's an inside joke because everybody that watches knows I don't brew, man. But in any case, you had acidulated. These are the malts: acidulated, Golden Promise. I guess I haven't really heard of that one either. The hops are Centennial, Citra, Columbus, and Magnum, baby. Yeah, we got Magnum in there. Yeah.
I mean, it does vary slightly. See, because this is the 2018 version. So when I've got this version's got actual cryo hops, Citra and CTZ. I have no idea. And then it's got T90, Centennial, Chinook, and again TC.
Okay.
Or C, I have no idea what. And then the yeast is WLP001. Not being a brewer. So.
yeah.
Sounds impressive, though.
Yeah, actually, on the 18 version it does. So I guess every year varies quite a bit. So, that's also interesting. And Mark, what are you having, brother?
I'm having one of the beers you were so kind to send me.
Oh,
I wish I could get more of this.
Oh, the
Garage
chili
Brewing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can tell you how to get some more.
I'm thinking about getting some more, actually. I wish it was local, but this is excellent. This is almost the perfect chili beer because you get the flavor but not too much heat. It's just super, super fantastic chili flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, this is if you were in Old Town Albuquerque eating some chili and they gave you one of these, this would be the perfect match.
Yeah.
I mean, this is excellent.
In the meantime, though, it'd probably go good with just some really nice, possibly peppery pork steak or some sort of steak like that. That'd wash it down real good.
Yeah, pork. Yeah, any kind of spicy rub on like steak or chicken or pork or anything like that. You could probably even have this with almost like if you had like spicy fish tacos. I mean, something like that. Something that had some heat, some spice to it. Yeah.
I was gonna say like seafood or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
seafood. Yeah. And now some people think of seafood and they think like those bugs underwater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of us think of seafood. My seafood has to swim. As long as it swims, I'll probably eat it. You know what I'm saying? If it's got fins and it swims, I'll probably eat it. But if it's got like antenna and stuff and like a hard shell and it looks at you all crazy, them are bugs, man. I'm good. I squash roaches, man. I don't eat them, man. I don't look at crickets.
Those are water spiders, man.
Yeah, those are water spiders. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me cover this beer really quick because some other people might be interested in it as well.
Yeah, it's very good. I gave it a 4 the first time I drank it. I gave it a 4.25 the second time. It's solid.
You got 3,000 ratings right now, 41 in the last 30 days, 5.7% ABV, 75 IBUs, a 3.66 rating. I'll read the description since it's so short. This unique American IPA has aged hatch chili flavor with medium low heat, and is so delicious you'll have to buy another one or two. So and here's Mark's posting for it, right? So you can see it real good.
I don't know why it doesn't rank higher, but I guess maybe people just don't like the flavor of chilies. I mean, that's probably what's keeping it knocked down.
Yeah,
it's a well put together beer.
It's so they and because we've had different chili beers and different experiences with that, and it seems like I think we conclude that when you have something that says chili on the label, I want some heat in there. I want anything. If it's on the label, I want to be able to taste it. You know what I'm saying? At least taste it or smell it or something ought to be present. So that's good to hear.
No,
And Bum, what are you having, brother?
Remember last week I had the Dragon Stout from Jamaica?
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of keeping the theme alive here. This week I'm having Lion Stout from Sri Lanka, believe it or not.
Sri Lanka.
And this is how you know you're having a Lion Stout, when you got the lion, picture of the lion on the can.
You got the lion on the can. That's right. Yep.
And just like last week, I drank Lion Stout about 20 some years ago, and I still have that damn bottle somewhere, but I couldn't find it in time for the show. Couple interesting things about this can that I noticed after I bought them. First of all, it is smaller than your average can.
Oh yeah. Was that 11.2 or something?
Yeah, 330 milliliters, which is like 11.2. And something else caught my eye.
Standard.
There's a red section of the can, and I noticed that it is actually a sticker on the can.
Oh.
And the can itself, the part of the can itself is red, that section, but it's covered with a red sticker, and I took it upon myself to already remove one from one of the cans, and believe me, it took a razor knife to be able to do it. It wasn't easy. And I think what it is, from what I'm looking at, I think this is the can as it came from Sri Lanka, and the sticker that's pasted over is probably what the importer put on. It's a different barcode, and it has the government warning on the can underneath. It actually gives ingredients, and it says price, production code, and best before date. See bottom of can, which is not printed on the sticker. So just interesting how they.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it says brewed water, roasted malts and hops. There you go for the detailed.
Lots of breakdown in that description, huh?
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's 8 point something percent. It's fairly thin-bodied, but it's not bad. It's a very sweet stout. It's certainly serviceable.
Okay.
So you've got 33,000 ratings, 232 in the last 30 days, 8.8% ABV.
Yeah, and you definitely do not taste that alcohol when you drink this.
Wow. And everybody's coming in way stronger than me today.
That's a well-traveled beer right there.
Yeah, that is a well-traveled beer. Actually, I'm surprised it's still that high ABV and it's traveled all over the world. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And a 3.63 bottle cap rating. So that is pretty cool, man. And this one is from Sri Lanka. And has a heritage dating back to 1881. Wow.
I'm fascinated with these non-European stouts from around the world.
Yeah.
Because there's not too many.
Was Sri Lanka a British colony? Probably was.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know where it's at, but I'm not sure.
I think maybe the Commonwealth, potentially.
I'll pour my second, which is just a Modelo Especial. You know, you can't just say Especial. You have to Especial. That's you know, you got to put the emphasis on the back there. And I wish there was a way. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe there's a way to get more smoke out of your can. I can't manage to do it. So right now, Neri's giggling, going, amateurs know how to get no smoke out of the can. and that's an accurate. That's an accurate accent because I just watched season 5 of Vikings. Hello, so I'm all caught up.
I thought you were going to say from the accent that you just watched Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah, I just caught up on season 5 of Vikings, so yeah, duh. You know, I know all about it, you know, Holland and all that. The Northerners, right? That they refer to them for anybody that watched or does watch Vikings. Not that great a season, I have to admit. It was.
Is it good with the other seasons? Are they good? Is it a good show?
Have you watched Vikings or no?
No, I have not.
The first couple of seasons are okay. The first season is the big one, the one that drew you in, or drew me in. And then after that, they all, you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
At that point, I'm in it just for the big battles. You know, I just want to see people get their heads cut off and stuff cut off, and you know, heads bashed in with hammers. That's what I'm watching medieval stuff for. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's total dude stuff right there. I just want to see people chained up to stuff, arms ripped off. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. It's just give me some good old school torture. You know?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
no, it's not torture. It's enhanced interrogation.
Yeah, it's enhanced interrogation. Don't give me this waterboarding stuff. Hell no, man. These cats came up with clever stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They whipped out chains, and then you had some dude that would like pull out this like leather thing and unfold it, and he just had all these crazy utensils. And then people go, oh, like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know like stuff's gonna get, you know, like bad stuff's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the kind of stuff that I'm tuning in for, right? You know, the torture. It's kind of like those real good, you know, those
for the torture.
Yeah, the medieval like English movies too. You know, like about the old kings and all those knights and all that stuff. That's what you're tuning in for. Yeah, what Bobo said in the chat. Yeah, that happens in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they get stuff ripped off, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, that's what we're here for. You know, Game of Thrones. That's why we watch, right? You know, the guy that got his junk cut off, and you know, come on, you know, that's why we tune in. That's why we like those shows. Tutors was another. I just tuned in for the fighting and the torture. It's fantastic. and what does Billy D think about torture there, Bum?
Billy D doesn't need torture. Billy D just needs Colt 45.
That's right. Work. Because Colt 45 works every time.
Yeah, that's right.
It
works every time.
That's right.
That's a form of torture in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's liquid torture.
That's liquid torture. Yeah, that's enough. Right.
40 ounces of torture. Yeah.
I hope this week's report is satisfactory. As I kind of told you in the pre-show, some of you guys, Mark and Joe in the pre-show, Billy D had some civic duties he had to attend to this week, so he wasn't able to give his full attention to the malt liquor report. But so I was on my own.
And thank you to Billy D for his service.
Yes, we appreciate his service.
Yeah.
That was very big of him to do.
Yes.
Complete unselfishness there to serve.
Yes. Yeah. He got paid a total of $97 and paid $60 in parking garage fees.
Hey, you know, it's a good thing the malt is cheap. You know?
Yeah. It's a good thing malt is cheap. Extra $30, man. That could buy a lot of malt.
That could buy a lot of malt, man. Yeah.
That's probably like 2040s, probably.
Yeah. So we'll see what we have here. Now we always got something with the chairman, one thing or another, but we've been kind of neglecting some of the other highlights of the malt liquor report. So I will cover some of those. We do have some challenges that have popped up over the last couple months or so. Beer. I did mention this once before. Fear had his 29 40s before Fear meets up with James Montana 29. Fear did complete that challenge, and they did meet up. But Fear started another challenge. We do have a malt liquor drinker named D. Lack. I believe his name is Devin Lack, and his ID is DLack24. So Fear has started a 25 videos before DLack24 turns 25 challenge. And I believe he's up to beer 40 ounce number 12 or 13. And I will mention this number 12 of his challenge that he's completing. Number 12 was an Old English 800 high gravity in a plastic bottle. And for those of you who've been watching the Malt Liquor Report for a while, will remember that Fear, when he did his 40-40s Brews 40 challenge, drank one of those, and he swore it was going to be the last 40-ounce bottle in plastic bottle that he would ever consume as long as he lived. So I guess he kind of forgot about that promise.
Yeah. It's the last one I ever do until the next one. That's right.
Yeah. So we also have another challenge, which is kind of a pretty cool one.
What was the one where they had to drink? Like, didn't you have to pose with one in front of the mirror? Bathroom. It was in a public bathroom.
That's the 209 J. Jones Shivel, bless you, Mark. Several of the guys are still working on that challenge. Loot Bag Larry still participating in it. That is still ongoing. I don't think anybody has completed that one yet, because I think you also, after you make your bathroom videos, you have to do an 800 club attempt. Chug 240s and under. So everybody's saving the tough part for last.
Yeah, because you might have to complete that challenge while in said bathroom.
Yeah, really.
Yes, exactly. So we do have a more reasonable challenge from somebody who I may not have mentioned before. He's what I would call one of the more mid-level guys. He's not one of the low-end guys. He's a mid-level guy, Malt Patriot. And Malt Patriot, I might add, is part of Malt Mustang's Malt Liquor Southpaw faction. Malt Patriot is left-handed.
Oh.
Malt Patriot started 7 malt liquor videos in front of a flag, preferably an American flag or a flag related to your own state or a patriotic type of flag before the 4th of July, which is kind of a cool challenge.
As long as they're in front of said flag without a ski mask, I don't think it would be a good idea.
Oh no, a lot of them are cammed up.
I mean,
wow. Yeah.
Many of them aren't, but some of them are.
Yeah, there's certain flags I would not recommend. Yeah, don't stand in front of certain flags with a ski mask on.
Yeah. So that's a fairly mild, easy challenge, which is it's kind of a change of pace.
Yeah, sure.
No anger or conflict involved in that. So that's kind of a nice challenge that was proposed by Malt Patriot. Now, Joe, I know you love the 209 J. Jones food porn. We got some new food porn from.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, we gotta have the food porn in there, baby.
Normally, I would tell, as I always say with 209 J. Jones, play the audio at your own risk. But there is something in one section of this that's definitely you need to play the audio. So. By the way, those live streams that we tuned in, that live stream we watched live of him briefly before Joe got scared, as he should have, and turned him off. He did another live stream much later after that initial one. Both of those he deleted after a couple hours.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
So
he realized after the fact that those even crossed his own line.
Yeah. So the Share a Beer show tuning into those live streams is the only known record, even though it's only a few seconds worth. That's the only remaining recording of those live streams. So it's historic.
Okay, yeah. And,
Well, this show is historic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we said, 1,000 years from now, when the cultural archaeologists are figuring out, they're gonna relate everything to share beer.
Mm-hmm. So, if you have 209 J Jones punched up, Joe, you have him punched up.
The chat room is definitely the kids in back of the class today. I mean, it's just
Oh
Yeah.
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 off the charts today. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the mistake of not looking at it for a couple minutes, and all hell broke loose.
All hell broke loose. Yeah. The cat is off the rails.
Yeah. Off the rails. So what are we looking at? We got Maltster burrito video.
Yeah, that one's good, but I was going to recommend that one, but you would be better off going to the next one. Happy Father's Day, Happy Father's /Malt Day.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first food porn is at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And I think it's safe for you to put the sound up on this.
Malt liquor. Don't like it.
Jesus.
Look at these ribeyes. Oh shit! Happy Father's Day to me. Potato kisses.
Yeah. Okay.
A big gab of motherfucking butter.
Yeah. I don't know what your mother had to do with that butter, but yeah. Okay.
Fucking some lemon pepper.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck you want to throw on there.
I don't know that the potato. I don't know how much that's penetrating the potato. You know.
Fucking red pepper flake.
The potato looks like it's kicking ass and taking names at this point. Like,
Just wrap this shit up.
I get that it's all wrapped up in there. Yeah, that's.
Jeez.
So if you want to jump to about 5:55,
Okay. So here we go. 5:55.
this is where you need the audio.
Oh my god.
5:49. Let's go here.
Yeah, it's good. Get ready to cook.
Yeah, those look good.
Here we go. Listen.
Oh, yeah. All right, got John Travolta music playing, the Bee Gees.
Jesus.
He got some pretty dried out chicken. Now he doesn't say it quite as well. That was a weak attempt at the.
He does it in his own way.
Okay.
So the finished product comes out at 8:55.
Mediocre fucking steak sauce and turned it
8:55.
Yeah.
fucking just top notch.
We'll go 8:48. Yeah. See, that's. Oh.
Ribeye, pepper and garlic sauce.
Oh,
toast,
gravy.
ooh, spinach and a heavy cream sauce.
Oh.
Potato.
Oh.
Diet shit with cheese and bacon.
Diet shit.
That was not a bad plate, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That was not a bad plate.
Oh, he always makes very good looking food.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't look good when he's cooking it, the end result is like mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 209 J Jones loves to cook.
Yeah, that was not a bad plate. Not at all. No.
So
Yeah, that's pretty decent food porn right there, man. That's
Yeah.
good.
So we'll finish off with the chairman. We noticed last week that the chairman did not troll us in the chat. We now have an explanation for that. He was sick last week. He was sick for 4 straight days.
How could you possibly get sick when you have the malt?
He had to go 4 straight days without drinking a 40.
Wow.
Now wait a minute. that might be a challenge here sooner or
when I
later,
got onto the plane,
right?
I think
4 straight days without drinking a 40 for, I don't know. Who's the other guy that makes the challenges? He probably Fear, right?
Yeah.
The challenge out of that. You know, 4 straight days of not drinking.
They usually don't do challenges involving not drinking malt liquor. So
Yeah, wow. So yeah, I mean, how do you even? I mean, it's like vitamin C, right? Like, how do you get sick consuming the malt? You know,
I just can't imagine why he would have gotten sick. I don't understand. So he was out of commission for 4 straight days, including last Saturday, which is why I guess we didn't hear from him. So he made, after 4 days, he made his big comeback video on June 19th on his original channel. It's called "I've Been Sick, But I'm Back."
oh, so on the
original Steel Worldwide channel. But if you watch this video, there's a few moments where you see how you can get out of practice even if you go without drinking malt liquor.
Oh yeah, I've been sick, but I'm back.
Yeah. So just go to about the 11-minute mark or so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, drop the beats in the planet of.
Fuck you, glitch. Pub.
There we go.
Florida's a fucking shithole. Fuck you, piss Glenn.
Well, yeah, that malt liquor was obviously
interrupted.
I think something came up when he was doing that.
Yeah, that was a weaker.
I think something accidentally came up the gully.
Shithole. Fuck you, piss Glenn.
Yeah, you see that? It kind of had to really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought that one.
That malt liquor.
Florida's a fucking shithole. Fuck you, piss Glenn.
Well,
yeah, I mean, you know, he's struggling with that malt liquor, man.
Well, he struggles even more at the end of the video. Now, Joe, we can hear it, but we're not seeing him.
Oh, you're not seeing him.
Yeah, we can hear it perfectly, but he's not coming up. Jay Jones, his stuff came up fine. There we go. So if you want to go to the end of the video from about 14 minutes, 15 seconds till the end, you see he's really struggling. And it should be a lesson to everybody. Never go 4 days without drinking the 40.
Yeah, see, there was he's trying really hard to get that.
Yeah.
My watch.
See, those are. I mean, he must have been really sick.
My watch. My watch.
Well, you know.
Oh man, look at that! That doesn't look good.
Cosmic Strictly Skills Cab, come up show. Janie Kiss in the building. We about to go ham.
Oh, there's a lot of heavy breathing. Look at that. Look at that. There's a lot of. Look at that. He's fading right there. I mean, look at the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Well, you know they are. You gotta remember the MLDC. They're like elite athletes. They have to stay in training the whole time. You know, so an illness can take them down.
Yeah. To see, because this was getting pretty bad there. I mean, he tries to reach for the malt, and he just like it doesn't know quite what to do. So then he grabs for the "Make America Great Again" hat.
Yeah.
And the heavy breathing. I mean, you just gotta take some breaths.
And usually where you'll see when he grabs the bottle to do the swirl, where you just swirl the whole bottle around in your hand, he's even having trouble doing that.
Yeah.
Come up show. Janie Kiss in the building. We about to go ham.
Chairman's playing hard. He's playing hurt right now,
Come
man.
on, kids, let's get
Yeah.
cracking.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah, they-
guys, we good. This how we do.
Look at all that breathing.
Kiss is the best. Kiss
Oh.
is the best.
Oh, he's barely making it. Look at that.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm back. I ain't never back. Everybody
Oh, yeah,
know
this
that.
ain't good.
Kiss is the best. Kiss is the best. Kiss.
Maybe he's having a malt attack.
Oh, that was great.
Special show title, Malt Attack.
Yeah, this is a malt attack. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my bag. I'm deep down in industry's a circus with a bunch of clowns.
Actually, Joe, if you think about it, this is kind of relevant to the question you're going to ask us all later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, this.
He did it. Barely.
Oh, look at that.
Not a thumbs up though.
Got a thumbs up. Look at that. Oh, man, he's playing hurt.
Yeah.
He's playing hurt. He's Michael Jordan in the finals right there, man. This is the sick game right here.
You notice he was pointing at the bottle. The bottle was winning that one.
Yeah. I think the malt kicked. I think the malt took another number today, man. Yeah. Yeah, put a mark in the malts column today because the malt won.
Malt 1, Chairman 0.
Yeah. And that's Juneteenth actually. He did a show on Juneteenth.
I'm sure he's not aware it's June.
Yeah, I don't think he really knows it.
I don't think he cares right now.
Man v. Malt.
Look at that. Look at that, man. Look how many breaths is that? Like, look at that. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Every breath you got to drink. Watch.
You should be playing the police right now.
You're right, Craig.
Every breath
Malt
you
versus
take.
man. Man
Drink.
versus malt.
There, that was one. Oh, head down. Oh, here comes another one. Drink. Here's another one. Here goes another one.
Bowing to the malt.
Oh.
There we go.
Drink.
Hey, malt liquor. Some fresh and fucking delicious. I've seen none of your fucking food, wolf. Follow me on Twitter. Let's see one. Subscribe. That's fucking YouTube channel. Fucking internet. Equal wide.
Oh.
We almost got a mask off there.
Yeah.
There are some videos. I'll save it for a future show. There are, especially his original videos that he first did.
Mm-hmm.
He did with no mask, and the most recent sighting. I actually just discovered this video a couple weeks ago. The most recent unmasked video that I am aware of with him is from 2013, where him and his buddy go out and play golf.
Oh,
They're
really?
out on a golf course drinking 40s, and it's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we'll see that next week.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see that next week. Yeah. Wow. That was a pretty good report there, Billy D. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I guess Billy D did do a pretty good job of compiling things, all things considered, this week.
Yeah. Billy D had a good, pretty good. You know, he works every time. I mean, whether he's doing jury duty or whatever he's doing,
not that he was necessarily, but just if he was,
he was, yeah. Billy D is such a smooth cat, you know. He's always got you covered, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
He wasn't so smooth that he couldn't get out of jury duty.
Yeah, he wasn't that damn smooth. Yeah, he wasn't that damn smooth. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Rod, how you doing, brother?
Hi, Rod.
How you guys
What's going on, Rod?
Doing all right.
Hey, Mark. So, what are you cracking next, man? I saw that. Was that the
Joe tribute beer show here because this is. You've had this one, I'm sure, right, Joe?
Oh, please, yeah.
That looks nice.
Beer, Mexican chocolate peanut butter stout.
Are you cracking that one or?
I am right now.
Yeah. Let's see what you think of that one. I want to see what you think. Or
I got a little bit of smoke, although Neri won't believe it.
Smoke.
That is, I got a lot of head on that. A lot of head on that.
Yeah, a lot of head on that one, baby. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a dark, thick head, baby. Yeah.
Wow, this is the aroma on this is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like dark chocolate peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of spice. There's like almost like some cinnamon in there. I'm getting cinnamon, peanut butter, chocolate. Oh, it's dessert in a glass.
It's fantastic. I freaking love that beer, man.
I'm envious. That's one I would love to try.
I can't even hold it back anymore, baby.
I'm gonna have to look see if we get it in the UK. We get a few of the beers. So
that is it, and there's a difference, right? With the peanut butter beers, I think we talked about it yesterday as well. There's a difference, right? Yeah, we did talk about it yesterday because Zach mentioned there's another beer that he'd like me to try, but it's more peanut, not peanut butter. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting now because we have to decipher that, just like pumpkin beers. Is something going to be more peanut but see, that one's claiming to be peanut butter, and I think the majority of them do, right? I think the majority of them.
There's peanut butter, but I'm getting cinnamon and dark chocolate with it too. So
that's what makes that one fantastic. Is that they did a great job of bringing in those Mexican seasonings, like from the
mole.
Yeah, not the mole. What's the rice water drink there? Horchata, right? I think that's I think they were trying. Oh no, Mexican hot chocolate's what they were trying to.
Yeah, they have a horchata.
They have a horchata beer. Yeah,
the cinnamon. Yeah, this is excellent.
Yeah, because if you've ever had Mexican hot chocolate, it's bomb.
Yeah. No, this is excellent. So thank you, Joe. This is a fantastic beer. It's perfect for like one of the warmest days of the year. 90 degrees outside. Chocolate.
Yeah, it is. I love that beer.
Very, very good.
I love that beer and I cannot lie. Right? Yeah. Like, that beer is fantastic. It is.
It's so sweet though. I don't know if you could have more than one.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at. I kind of stopped and I did. If you want a sweeter peanut butter stout, and that's a Mexican chocolate peanut butter stout, so it does have those extra little spices to it. Seasonings, I'll say, spices, seasonings, however you want to label that, cinnamon and so on and so forth. And then you've got the other one that I really like as well, from darn it, the six. What is it? Six something.
6 Point.
No. Oh man. Oh, Earth. Wait, what is that? What's the Earth something?
Mother Earth.
Mother Earth, right? Mother Earth Brewing. Is that who it is?
For the peanut butter beer, yeah.
Yeah. And that one's not as sweet. That one's more. I don't know. Hoppier, drier. Yeah, a little more. It's not as sweet for sure. And that one, I have to get a 6-pack every time I see it. I mean, that one's that good. They're both that good.
This is sweet, but this isn't. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, this is a 22-ounce. Ham's having a third. I'm having 2/3. So it'll just be just about right.
I tell you, I'm glad I was able to send that one to you because that is
Yeah,
one of my faves for
that's
sure.
a good one. Yeah, that's a very, very good. Yeah, excellent beer.
That one's fantastic, and I'm really glad. I was thinking about it the other day too. That I'm glad I was able to bring that Rogue over there, and we were able to share that one because it was going to be a bummer to me to crack that one and have it all by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I
It was
tell you,
Yeah,
well,
that
that
was a
one,
lot. Yeah.
between the three of us, there was still some left over. So,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
That would have
that's
been
a big beer.
That was a 32 or something, wasn't it?
yeah. It was a big one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hmm
We drank like 28 of it. And there was
yeah,
still like 4 or 5 ounces left the next day.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a you talk about food porn. I think I posted those steaks that Mark made in the Big Green Egg, which
Yeah,
fantastic,
that was a good thing, right? Yeah.
fantastic. Speaking of steaks, you buy steaks, you go shopping for steaks in the supermarket. Uh, just kind of wondering, does everybody here or anybody here do their shopping for themselves? Like, do you go to the supermarket yourselves to buy your beer, your food? And you'll probably buy your own beer, but just your food in general. Does everybody? I know I do. Of course, I don't have no one else to do
I
it.
do. I'd starve if I didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. When you're single,
I definitely got to get my request in there. That's for sure.
It's like, yeah, I gotta put my request in. Yeah, I make sure to text my list. Right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yep. Married
And
life.
I was curious because, I go to the grocery store and I shop for myself once a week, pretty much. I do my grocery shopping for the week. Um, and when I do, I kind of noticed this about myself the last 2 weeks. And I kind of been watching other people's habits as well. And I think that this might be a thing for some other people. I thought I'd mention it because when I go to the store, my favorite grocery store I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's the one I go to all the time. I always tend to go to one of the same three cashiers or checkers, however you call them. It seems to be no matter how long their line is, I'm going to go to one of these three people if they're working, right? And I don't know. It's just it's not like a big deal. I mean, they're scanning your crap like anybody else could, right? But I don't know. It's still kind of like a personal thing for me. It's still kind of like, oh yeah, I like her, so I go to her line, or oh I like him, oh he's working today, good, I'm gonna go to his line. Is anybody else like that?
I where I go, I don't have my favorites that I go to, but I make it a point to remember the ones to not go to.
Yeah, for sure.
What if there's a shift change? You're like, shit.
Yeah, damn it.
I'm for the belt already.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, there's certain faces that I recognize after a while, and I was like, no, she's slow as hell. Or the other one, I'll say, my God, she puts. I always have my stuff organized in my cart and put it on the belt organized, not just to make it easier for me, but to make it easier for the cashier.
Yeah.
And some of the cashiers seem to know where I'm coming from, and they pack things accordingly. And some of them just seem to throw random items into random bags. And it's like, you screwed up my continuity here.
What is like a cashier no, if you will? Do you mind it if, as the cashier is checking your stuff, right, and they're boop boop boop, oh, are you gonna make a salad today? Is that something that kind of are you making stew? Is that
I don't mind cashier small talk.
Yeah.
I that doesn't bother me. I just don't like it when they sneeze into their hand and then handle it.
Or how about when they sneeze all over your junk, right? You're like, oh man. Come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? My lettuce is all out there, dog. Come on.
Yeah.
You take two steps back and grab for the antibacterial on the shelf.
Yeah, I don't care about the frozen vegetables or the packaged meat, but yeah, if you hock a loogie on the lettuce, that's not.
Yeah.
There's enough things happening with green vegetables these days.
Yeah.
I don't need any more
Yeah,
problems.
the only spray that's supposed to hit it is the water that spritzes out on it.
Right. Yeah.
Don't sneeze on my gooseberries.
Yeah.
So there's your. I think you just have a show title there, Joe.
Don't sneeze on my gooseberries. Yeah.
There's your show title.
I don't even know what gooseberries are, man.
It doesn't matter. That's an
excellent title.
Perfect.
It is. Yeah. It's perfect. You're right. It's
That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Don't sneeze on my gooseberries, baby. Just don't do it.
That's perfect on so many levels.
You could, hey, and you got to get close because you can blow on them a little bit, but you can't sneeze on them. You know what I'm saying? Blow on the berries, baby. Don't sneeze on them. Though, yeah. You could slap them a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You can handle my gooseberries.
I have.
See, it's Rod's fault. We were good till Rod jumped in.
Rod showed up, and then it's just all.
I was going to say maybe I'm different, but I always go to self-checkout because I don't want the small talk.
Okay, that's another one. Yeah,
I agree with that, too.
Who's self-checkout guy?
I refuse to.
I know I'm working towards automation, whatever, of the
automation.
Automation of them losing their job, but I got to go. I don't got time for the small stuff.
Yeah. You're just trying to get through there with the less resistance possible.
Right. Yeah, if I haven't got gooseberries, then I'll go through the self-serve. If I've got them.
He's doing.
Yeah, Bobo says he's going to sneeze on your gooseberries, on our gooseberries.
Is that an offer or a threat? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that is so excellent.
You watch your gooseberries when you get to the house.
Yeah,
some of them are a bit. Some of them you got to make sure they're not hairy.
Yeah. No. She doesn't like no hair in her food. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, hairy gooseberries is a big turnoff.
Yeah. Grab your gooseberries first.
Yeah. Trim them bad boys up, man. Put some beard butter on that stuff. Yeah. So I'm not a self-checkout guy either, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like someone else swiping my gooseberries, man.
Every time I go to the self-checkout, there's always some kind of technical glitch, and somebody has to come over and help me anyway. So, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't. I have the hardest time. Like, I don't know. There's always something that they have to, and then you got to like enter in the number for the produce, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do self-checkout if it's all scannable stuff, but if I have a lot of produce, I'll typically go into the line because they know all the codes. But if I'm just like, short for time and I'm just running down the frozen food aisle, grabbing stuff out with all the barcodes, then I can go through self-checkout.
And see, some of our people here don't know their codes though, because I am in Kentucky. Sometimes some of the stuff we get in there, not used to. I should say here in Kentucky, so I'll go in there and I'll buy like a kumquat. They're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's a kumquat." What do you do with this? How do you make something out of this? Like asking for I'm not trying to give you a recipe right now.
Things on the gooseberries.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at earlier.
Dragon fruits.
Like, do you mind it if they start making comments on the things you're purchasing? You know what I'm saying?
That really doesn't bother me. Although I have had I've had them like scan my items and say, "Oh, this looks good. This looks good. Have you tried this before?
Yeah.
This looks good." That doesn't bother me. There's been some times where I've had like a lot of frozen dinners and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, I can tell by what you're buying that you're single."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
no doubt, yeah. No judgment at all. Just saying. Right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got that is hilarious. On the 10th has a hashtag Harry Gooseberries FTW. That is hilarious, man. And of course, Bobo.
He waxes his gooseberries.
Yeah, he waxes his gooseberries. Yeah, wax gooseberries. Another thing that happens, and I see it. There's a guy I work with that does this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's that all about, right? You know, your plastic Solo cups, right? They're typically red, and you put beer in them at a party or whatever. You know, we've all seen these plastic cups, right? Disposable plastic cups. What do you think about someone that drinks hot beverages in those things? Like, like, how could you drink a hot beverage in a plastic Solo cup?
First thing I think is they must have a lot of calluses on their hand, because those plastic Solo cups are hot when you.
Yeah, I mean, they're thin.
Oh.
Yeah.
The first thing I think of is what kind of chemical reaction is taking place. What kind of toxins are being released into that liquid?
Oh, it's all chemical preservatives. They'll live a lot longer, bum.
Yeah.
Because I would see him every day with this Solo cup, and I didn't think nothing about it until one day he mentioned, "Oh, I got to put my coffee down." I'm like, "Coffee? Wait a minute! Wow. Every time you have coffee, is that iced coffee?" And he's like, "No, it's hot coffee." And I'd see him put it in the microwave, you know. I'm like,
"Oh,
really? Why don't you just get like a regular cup like everybody else, like, you know, one of those sippy cups?" You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, past the age of, I don't know, when do you stop using sippy cups? 3, 2? You know what I'm saying? And then once you hit like, I don't know, 18, you start on sippy cups again, right? You're back on the sippy cup. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you just get one of those thermo sippy cups like the rest of us, man? You know what I'm saying? And some people go full out. Like, do you have a sippy cup? I have a sippy cup, I have to admit.
I do. I have a sippy cup for my car, especially.
Yeah, mine's the kind that it pops up, and you got to put your mouth on it, baby. And it does. But some people have the full, looks like an adult sippy cup deal where it literally has the little
adult one.
And that's the thing that comes up from the top, just like
it's got that flap like the McDonald's coffee cup.
Yeah. Some people have an adult sippy cup. What do you guys think, man? Everybody here have a sippy cup, man, that you drink your hot beverages
I
through?
do.
Yeah, I do.
I do have a sippy cup.
I have a sippy cup, that's for sure. Yep. I have it, and damned if I can't. I almost can't leave the house without my sippy cup, because I got to have my coffee, and that's the only way to have my coffee is in my sippy cup, you know. And I'm wide varied with these sippy cups. I have to have different kinds of sippy cups.
If you attend a concert at the Carnegie Library Music Hall in Homestead, PA, and you want to go into the venue itself and drink a beer, you are required to buy a sippy cup and pour your beer into your sippy cup.
You're gonna beer through a straw. That's great.
Yeah, you get smashed.
Yeah, it gets smashed. Yeah, exactly.
It almost makes that $10 beer worth it.
Yeah.
Through a straw.
Yeah. See, on the 10th says you never put hot liquids in plastic. I know. That's what I thought too. And trust me. The only thing I can explain is that he's from Chicago. Boom. Enough said. Right? Like, that's it. What else do you need to say?
I personally have never seen anybody drink hot liquid out of a plastic cup.
I know. And
But that's you and your coworkers, Joe. I could describe to you what some of my coworkers do, and you wouldn't believe it either.
Well, do
Only
tell.
at cheap venues you see that.
Oh, I'm not going to.
He's like, I'm not going to. Yeah, on the 10th also says he has an insulated cup for the car. Yeah, that's a sippy cup. It's a sippy cup. You know, I think most of us do have a sippy cup. You know,
Dual wall insulated thermos.
Yeah. AKA sippy cup.
yeah. They're action figures, okay? They're action figures.
Called by the right name, they're Yetis.
They're not dolls. They're action figures. Right? Yeah. It's a what would you call it? Double pane insulated thermos.
Dual wall. Yeah.
Dual wall thermos.
Dual wall thermos. Yeah, that's right. I refuse to say sippy cup. I know. That's like when I was in the service. I used to drive them nuts when I was in the Army. And they'd be like, yeah, Davenport, you got to prepare yourself, blah, 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 and get to da-da-da, and because we're going to go on bivouac and all this and that. I'm like, oh, yay, we're going camping? Yay! You know, oh, they'd get so pissed off. Oh, my God. Don't call it camping, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, we're going camping. What the hell else do you call it, man? Come on, it's camping. Is there going to be a tent involved? Yes. Am I going to sleep on the floor using a rock for a pillow? Yeah, it's camping. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I used to drive.
It's the great outdoors.
I was that guy in the service. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just loved to drive them nuts when I was in there. Yeah. Yeah, every time. It didn't matter. Every time. Yeah, we're going to blah, 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 and we're going to this mission, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're going camping. Oh, they get so mad at me. It's not called camping. They finally give up.
Are there water sources out there so you can fill the sippy cups?
Yeah, there's plenty of water sources out here to fill the sippy cup. Yep. It actually, yeah, in the service was my first sippy cup, you know, because they give you that canteen and you sip out of it, right? And that was kind of my first experience with the sippy cup, you know. Yeah, they you know, so that was years before I think everyone else had a sippy cup, right? Yeah.
You were a sippy cup trailblazer.
Yeah, I was a sippy cup. Yeah, that's right. Early adopter, a sippy cup early adopter. Well, I think we were all early adopters to the sippy cup. It's just you come back to it, right? Yeah. You come back to the sippy cup is what it is. And then before you know it, let's see, you're back to the sippy cup, and then you're back to Pampers, and then you die.
Says who?
That's the way it goes. That's the way that works, man. You start with sippy cups, you start with Pampers, and then you move up to the pull-ups, and then you go to the sippy cups, right, at the same time, and then you eventually work off them, and then before you know it, you're back on the sippy cup. It goes in reverse order, and then you're back to the pull-ups, and then you die. Yeah. That's it, right? Like, that's it. Yeah, once you're to the pull-up stage again, you're done, son. That's it. You know. And
I'll be right back. I got to go fill up my sippy cup.
Exactly right. Yeah. I don't think that's really a good name for adult diapers. It depends. I've never understood that, you know, because it's like, are they going to work? I don't know. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's test it. Let's test it out.
Let's test it out, right? Yeah, it's, you know, I don't know.
No, they don't work. No.
That was a leaker. Yeah.
They should call them Billy D's because they work every time.
That's right. Yeah, not depends.
Billy D.
Every time. Yeah.
Works every time.
That's like a Poppy from Seinfeld. You remember that episode where he peed on the sofa? Yeah, a little too much Seinfeld for me, man. Little too much. One of these days we'll have to have just Seinfeld talk on here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
I'll have to do my brushing up because I know the show, but I'm not. I know Rod is seriously into it also.
Oh, are you too, Rod? You like Seinfeld as well?
Yeah, Rod's. Yeah.
There's certain things that stick with you from it, right? So yeah, I didn't even watch all the episodes. There's still episodes that'll pop on I have not seen.
Oh,
but it
really?
seems like I should have seen them all. But yeah, I got into it late. I got into do the reruns. I didn't like it when it first came out.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way. And yeah, and then once it hit Hulu, well, I was just before it came to Hulu. I started watching Seinfeld, and that was it. Boom, hooked. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, all over it. Yeah. And now I've watched every single episode. What is there? 170 some episodes?
Like 10 seasons?
160.
Yeah.
I think there's 171 episodes, something like that. Anyway, I've seen all of them. I don't know, probably a dozen times over. I'm not even kidding you. I will start at episode 1 and just play them. Wham, 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 wham. And the next thing you know, I'm back at episode 1 again. Like wham, wham, wham. Just back and back. So I've got something else way more serious to talk about once I get, but I'm going to get into that after. If you were in the pre-show, you know what I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to get into that after this beer. I've been dying to crack this beer open. We've got City of the Dead Nitro.
Nice. Oh, Nitro. Chris, there you go.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
Cocoa nibs, almonds, and sea salt.
Ooh. That sounds
Yeah, good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, I got your attention now. Yeah.
You're gonna put some sea salt in it, damn.
Yeah, a little sea salt. Yeah, yeah. So 4,400 ratings right now, 157 in the last 30 days, 7.5% ABV, 30 IBUs, and a 394 rating.
Ooh.
Solid rate. Whoa, hey, Marisol, look at that. We got a little hottie alert happening here. How you doing? Open up your mind.
How you doing?
How you doing? All right. Yeah, I can open up my mind. What's up? Right? So, yeah. And the gooseberries, right?
I had a request for Marisol, but I won't give the request.
Yeah. So let me pour this one. We should get some decent smoke out of this one here. Let's see. It's still coming a little smoke, but not too crazy. So we'll give it an aggressive pour since it's supposed to be nitro. I didn't hear that nitro hiss though.
Yeah, that one's different.
That's nitro though. You can tell.
Yeah. It's definitely got, I mean, look how dark that son of a gun is, man. That's just as dark as the one yesterday. Let me take a picture. Whoo! See, I can hear Sadiq over there, man. Just, dude, picture. Hello, dude, picture. Okay. We got the picture out of the way. Oh, Tappa. We got the Tappa right here.
Yep, I do.
I actually like that one. That's one of my favorite. Because I like to do that at the bar too. And then I'm looking at it like the same way. I'm the same way in the bar. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, people are looking at me like, what the hell is he doing to that beer?
Sure.
And I'm not
I do
even
one solid tap, and I've had people question me, oh, you're, you know about beer?
No, not me. I do this. I do exactly this. And I don't know why I tilt the head, but I do. And I'm like this. I'm that guy in the bar, right? And people are looking at me. What? You don't Tappa your beer? You don't take a picture of it? What's wrong with you? You're not on Untapped? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like guys smacking their carton of cigarettes, their case of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
The funniest thing ever is when they whip out the chew and they're like, whack with the finger. quack, quack, quack. I'm like, yeah, you got a lot of practice at that, don't you, boy? Anyway. Oh, yeah, you're getting nice big chocolate on this one, man. I'm getting a little bit of that almond, too, in there.
Like almond.
Almond.
I like almonds.
Almonds. Is that, yeah, see, you're from that part of the world right there, too, right? Where, like, things easily get mispronounced. Like, things that you think are pronounced a particular way, like Louisville, dear God, no. Right?
I'll never go down there and say, Louis, oh my God. Some people would say New Orleans and they sign out the E's like, they're like, oh my, you're not from here.
I don't know if Joe saw that commercial about the almonds.
You didn't see the commercial about the almonds? You never saw
That's
that?
why me and Rod are laughing.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Amen.
Snickers has the best commercial about the almond candy bar.
Oh,
and the guy
no.
says almond, and he's just like, almond. And he's like, that's what I said. I like almond. And then he ends up jumping out of a car to prove his point.
Oh, my God, this is good.
I think you can get that in the UK, that one.
Oh,
Fairly,
this is
fairly
really
newish.
thick and really rich. God, it's super roasty.
Yeah, Modern Times knows how to do dark beers.
They know how
especially
to.
the big stouts.
Yeah, that one yesterday that I had was fantastic as well. This one's really roasty. Really nice chocolate notes in there. They're getting a little bit of an almond taste. Not. I don't know about salt. I don't know if I'm getting salt in this. There's obviously salt in there because Modern Times is pretty good about putting, whatever they say is in there is in there. Yeah, I hate to exaggerate and say that I can taste the salt because I can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. Maybe the salt is going against some of the sweetness, maybe, and so that's what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right. It's probably there just to enhance the flavors.
Yeah, more of a because sometimes you're adding salt to. I'm trying to compare it to sampling food, and sometimes you're adding different textures of salt too. At least I do in my food, because you want to accentuate another flavor. And then with all these things, we have to kind of go specific now too. If you notice the Modern Times that I had, they do too. The coffee aged in bourbon barrels.
Yep. Coffee beans aged on bourbon barrels.
Yep. That is awesome.
Coffee beans, yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing that I'm noticing so far that Modern Times does out of San Diego, California. They
put coffee beans.
They're going specific with their coffee. And I think it's because they actually do roast coffee. They have their coffees that they sell, right? Earth?
Yeah, they do.
Right? So they're not just a beer maker. They make their own coffees as well. So on the back of that one that I had yesterday, it told you 75%. What it was 75% Ethiopian, and then the other part 25 was Sumatran, I think, was the breakdown on that beer. But they broke down the coffee. In this case, you'd almost have to break down all these ingredients. You'd almost have to break down the coffee. You'd almost have to break down the chocolate, the cocoa, where it came from, almonds for sure, and salt. You'd have to break down where the salt came from and the style of salt you used. I mean, salt gets you know how many salts I got in my house now? I become like this little salt guy now.
Sounds a little salty.
Yeah, a little salty there, baby. Yeah. And Gooseberries, a little furry and a little salty there, baby. Yeah, a little spice it up. Just keep scanning, baby. Just keep scanning. This ain't no self-check. I got this barbecue shirt at a barbecue fest years ago, and it's fantastic. on the front it's got. Yeah, actually, I bought it in New Mexico, and it's from a barbecue shop here in Arizona, actually. And on the back of it, on the front, it's just got the name of the company, right? And then on the back, it said, "This meat ain't gonna rub itself." I love that shirt. That shirt is great. It is great. Oh, I love that shirt. It's like the first time that I went to one of the big chili fest in Albuquerque, and I met the people that own that Slap Your Mama, and I was like, that's the best name ever. You know what I'm saying? And she was so happy that I loved her name, and this is years ago. And the channel was still fairly popular back then, and oh, she gave me shirt, she gave me all kinds of seasonings free. Like, she was just so, and I've had that Slap Your Mama shirt ever since. I love it. Now you can find Slap Your Mama in the grocery store. At least you can here.
They're everywhere now.
Yeah, they're everywhere now. But back then, nobody knew about it. It was strictly a Louisiana thing at that time. But yeah, I love stuff like that. But this brew is really good. It is fantastic. It is every bit as good as that one I had yesterday. What did this one get? This one didn't quite get a 4 rating, right? This one got a 3.94.
Yeah, that one you're having wasn't my favorite from them, but they do really good stuff from they source stuff from all over the world, especially their rum barrels and bourbon barrels and stuff like that.
Let me run down the description on this one here. We brew this groundbreaking export stout with house roasted bourbon barrel aged coffee, and then lavished the resulting toasted marshmallow radness. What is that? With almonds, cocoa nibs, and sea salt, creating a creamy liquids more than might just blow the doors off your life. This is a fantastic beer. It is. It's great. I think I do agree with Earth, though. I kind of like the one from yesterday a little better, but man, it's splitting hairs. This one's really good. This one might be. I could see where this one would be a little too roasty for some folks. Like there is a dark, deep, rich, roasty taste. It's not too sweet, and that might be that salt doing that. That salt might be counteracting that sweetness even more. But
what's the mouth feel like on the body?
It is creamy. Yeah. It is creamy.
If you like everything more on the subtle side, then the nitro is a good one to go for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a little subtle on the notes for me personally.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's good. It's just turned down a little bit for me personally.
Okay. This is fantastic. Definitely worth the money. I don't know when this was bottled on or canned on. I'm not seeing a date. Oh, and this beer is vegan. So boom. We're drinking healthy today, sir.
Arian Foster could drink that.
Yeah. Who?
Arian Foster. You watch football? The running back. He's playing for Texas. Arian Foster.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a vegan? Is he?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's
he's
interesting.
Now, maybe at least that's where he was.
All those people that vegans, don't they know they're gonna die anyway? Like, you're gonna die. We're all gonna die.
You just don't know when. Just don't know when.
Yeah, we just don't know when. And speaking of things, Craig.
Yeah, there we go, Craig.
Yeah, I like that, man. That was good. But this past week there was some news floating around about our dear friends in Palo Alto, right? I think that's where they're at, isn't it? In Northern California there. About Google having an algorithm ready in like 5 years time that could predict when you're going to die. How do you feel about an algorithm that would tell you when you're going to die? Would you want to know?
Well, it can definitely help with planning.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
True.
What?
I wouldn't put 100% faith in it. That's for sure.
What?
Get some laughs out of it.
First of all,
get a credit card. Get a credit card first.
Like
I
Steve
think
was
it's-
spending Armageddon and show up. I'm gonna need all this money, so
I think it's kind of two separate issues, and I think one of them is an age-old question, like would you want to know when you're going to die, right? And I think the second question is, do you want an algorithm telling you when you're going to die, right? Like, is it how do you feel about someone? Like if God himself could come down, whoever your God is, if it could come down and tell you when this is it, you're coming to live with me, son, on this day. When
we got your room ready.
yeah, your room is gonna be right next to Esther. I mean, right next to Elizabeth, right? You and Elizabeth are gonna meet each other, right?
Clean sheets.
Well, we all know how the Weather
fresh
Channel works, and we know how much they get it wrong. So,
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, what would you want to know? What do you think, Bum?
I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
With a Puerto Rican goat eating out of my bowl.
What do you think about finally living next door to Elizabeth?
That's a tough one. Would I want to know the date if I knew for sure that they were 100% accurate? In a sense, because you would. I mean, we just joked, but you would be able to tie up any loose ends you have. And it would also make you able to live your life in a certain way, possibly for the better, until you know that I mean, if it's, for me, if my date is coming 5 years from now, I'd quit my job tomorrow.
live your life to the fullest.
Yeah. If I knew it wasn't going to be for another 40 years, I would do everything in my power to make sure that they're correct in that date.
Yeah.
They can't predict it, because obviously if they would say, I'm going to live another 40 years, and if I say, okay, I'm going to live another 40 years, I'm going to live on nothing but beer and pizza and ice cream for the rest of my life. You're not going to be able to live that long doing that.
Oh, I think they can predict it. I mean, it's a matter of accuracy. I mean, I could tell you right now, you're going to die tomorrow. How accurate that's going to be is...
Sure. They can predict that, but there's already things online now that where you answer questions about your lifestyle and your family history, where they can get, and that's no better than what Google could ever come.
Hell, your scale asks you questions like that already.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's more a scale of probability than predictability.
Yeah.
Now they can give you a probability of a percentage of when you probably would die.
And like we said in the pre-show, Google has no way of knowing that I'm going to accidentally fall onto train tracks at some point.
But they could tell you the odds because of your habits. You know, these are the odds of this and that, and
health-wise, lifestyle-wise, yeah, they could come up with a prediction. But as far as acts of God, accidents,
so it sounds like you'd be interested in kind of knowing what the algorithm would say.
I mean,
I'd be interested if you can put wagers on it.
Oh,
then I'd be interested.
Y'all can put wagers on if they can get it done. I'm dead.
Yeah,
it'd be quite funny if someone hacked the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
What? So, Craig, would you want to know?
No, no. I'd rather have a beer.
Right. What about you, Mark? Would you be interested in knowing?
Yeah, I would actually. Like I'm kind of like the Bum. If it was guaranteed that I was going to die on this particular date, I would do whatever I needed to do to live my life the way I wanted to live it between now and then.
Yeah.
But I don't think Google can range, but there's a lot of variability within whatever range. If they say you have a 95% chance of dying in the next 50 years, well, that's fine. But
I tell you, the thing about, and what about you, Rod? Before I get into my opinion, what are your thoughts, Rod?
Well, for me, I wouldn't mind knowing the idea of it, but then I would say knowing when you may die isn't as big as knowing how you may die.
Yeah.
Because how you die, like you get hit by like
hours
a
leading up to
train.
it.
You get hit by a train on January 18th of 2050. That day, you're like, shit, I don't even live near a train track. That was happen.
Yeah.
Some train come through my house or something.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Do you reckon Google will be able to do some soul searching?
Right. Now, and what about for someone like Zach who curses Google all the time, and our dear friend Ruben that calls Google ISIS? You know, what does Google's algorithm have a built-in prejudice towards those people?
I think Ruben calls Comcast ISIS. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah, yeah, he does. Yeah. And then Carrie says, "What if you're on death row?" Like, come on, you know when you're going to die. Like, that's it, son. This is your date. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do? Yeah, that's crazy. Huh? I hadn't thought about that. People on death row for states like Texas. Hello, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many stays in Texas, brother. Like, if you get a date of execution in Texas, it's probably gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
The average time with death row is actually pretty long because they go through so much of the appeal process.
Yeah, in Texas
for 20-something years.
Yeah, you're in Texas though. You're in the 15 items or less lane, my friend.
There'll be no berries over here.
Yeah, I mean they don't play over there, man. You're you know, I mean, what do those people? I mean, what's some of their? I know that they're in there and they're obviously in that position for a specific reason, but just from the aspect of what they go through, knowing that, I don't know, July 15th is your day, son. Like, this is it.
What if you're that guy hanging in for Avengers 7?
That's not an algorithm. That's Billy Bob that's in a black robe telling you, son, this is it, right? Like, that's a Texas algorithm, I guess, man. Like, that's it, you know?
Start chipping away at that wall quicker every day.
Yeah, man. You're what's the name of that movie, man? That old Shawshank. Yeah, you're Shawshanking that wall right there, brother. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Buy me a poster.
Don't look anything if you're on death row.
Yeah.
Get right through it.
Man, that's powerful stuff, isn't it? Like you know. I mean, that ain't no algorithm. That's like, you know, July 15th is your day. That's crazy.
What about that movie? Have you seen that movie where they got the timer on their wrist? What was it? Justin Timberlake was one of the actors. And when the time runs out, you expire. But you can go buy more time or stuff like that. Right? Yeah.
What's their movie, too, where they had these things around their neck and your head blew up or something or it cut your head off or something like that? Or wasn't that one of the Saw? Wasn't that one of the Saw versions? Like, you had this thing around your neck. Anyway.
Saw, with the contraptions.
In any case, I personally think of it like this. Like, I kind of respect Google a lot. And Amazon and so on and so forth, because these cats come up with these, especially Google though, they've got stuff nailed down and tied in so well that you almost wonder, how deep into my head are you, son? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not scary to me. It's just like, wow, like, how did you know that? Like, the weirdest things will pop up and it's all their algorithms, man. Like the amount of detail that they have, and I don't even have a Google phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Apple world, and Google knows all this junk.
I was going to say too. You said nailed down. I said, well, you believe in Jesus. He knew his day was coming, so he knew when it was going to
happen. Yeah, there you go.
Nailed down. I get it, Rod.
Yeah, he knew he'd get back up 3 days later, but
I had a dream.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I think that even them announcing that I think Google's ready for this now. They're just trying to prepare you for something that heavy because it's, you know what I'm saying? I think this is ready to roll now. The amount of stuff that Google knows about your habits, their algorithms are dialed in, man.
So here's the question: craft beer or malt liquor? Who dies sooner?
Right? Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, like you think about certain things that you do, and if you're connected with your phone at all, or you're online, and then all of a sudden these things pop up for something you haven't thought about in a while, and you're like, wow, it is time for me to do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy crap, you know? Or like there's certain habits that I may have and I don't go there but maybe once every couple of months, and the next thing you know I pull up Google Maps and it's already got the damn thing on there, and I'm like, I'll be damned.
Yeah, they're like, well, here's your next bungee jumping trip right over here.
Yeah, like it's just the weirdest the things, because I think it's kind of cool to me it doesn't scare me. To me it's really intriguing and really
everything you click on, they're getting info from you,
so
they know what you're interested in.
They got some companies where employees already wearing the chips inside.
So
they're putting the chips inside their hand.
Yeah, and you dial it in, you know, once they bring all this information, then they start figuring what's the odds of this and what's the odds of that. To me, the scary part about them having this algorithm is that you're going to get like companies like Allstate, Farmers, Progressive saying, oh, well, we're not going to insure you because you're predicted to die on this day, whether you want the answer or not. Like, you know, sooner or later, that algorithm is going to be used about you for someone else's gain or loss, right? Like, how long does that take?
That's
right?
Like with some financial stuff do now with credit reports on people.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like nowadays, in all
just
these,
ride dirty that year.
Some of these algorithms are so tied into each other. Like, you know, now I hardly even get anything anymore from any of my credit card companies, any of my banks, because they know your habits so well. I mean, they know your habits so well. They know what you purchase. They know where you go, and I travel a decent amount, and there's nothing question anymore. Yeah. You know, they just basically text me or email me now, and they're like, "Yeah, we're sending you a new card because we know you didn't make this purchase." Well, damned if I didn't make that purchase. No, I didn't make that purchase. You're right, and I do need a new card. You know. I mean,
I wasn't at the strip club. I do need a new one.
Yeah. No, I just watched this movie on Netflix, and what was it called? Anon or something like that. Anon. Anybody see that movie on Netflix? And it was basically one of those futuristic movies where everything you see is being recorded, and like I could send whatever I'm seeing to Mark, and Mark vice versa could send whatever he's seeing to me. And it's this detective, right? Who is it? Clive Owen or something like that. He's playing this detective. And basically this woman comes up with this algorithm to like go inside your eyesight. So now she's hacking humans basically, and she can erase herself from everybody's vision. So she can basically erase herself. Like she doesn't exist.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and so she's getting away with murder because she doesn't exist. It was a crazy movie from that aspect. It wasn't super great, but just the idea of what they were trying to present was like a what's that old school sci-fi show? The
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. It was more like a longer movie-ish type of Twilight Zone, really. Modern Twilight Zone.
That's kind of one of the things I always imagined as a little kid. It's like, oh, everybody does, if you were like to do something, you always get caught. It's like, well, what if I were, the old thing, if you were invisible, you could do whatever you wanted and nobody would see you. So,
let me read some of these comments from the chat. Because there's some pretty interesting comments. Head coach says, I just want to die happy. And then Gary says, I like the Partridge Family. The Partridge Family come along and get happy. And then let's see here. I've been watching, Carrie also says, I've been watching a lot of YouTube sentencing stuff, court stuff, like getting interesting. And then we have what is this? Anyways, 678 Paul Faminji or something. I don't know. How long has this show been going on for, man? I remember this years ago.
10 years ago, pretty much, almost.
Yeah, it's been one solid, like, almost 10-year, like, live stream, man. It's crazy. and I think I've been sipping the same beer.
And he says, Beer Bike Guy, what's your channel again? There is no channel. Google deleted it.
Yeah.
That's like their early algorithm test of when I was going to die. They deleted my channel.
Yeah, they wiped you off, man.
People still ask Mark.
You're not supposed to be here right now, Mark.
It's funny because they know enough about Mark to know that he had a channel.
Yeah.
But they don't know that the channel was erased, and that's been years ago already.
Google knew when Mark's channel was going to die.
That was it. Boom. Matter of fact, Google had like full control over when that channel was going to die, and they made it happen.
Yep.
Google committed a suicide, Mark.
Yeah. What is that? King of the Midway says, I've read articles that say a beer a day can prolong your life, and other articles that said a single drink takes years off your life.
Yeah.
These scientists don't know jack, if you ask me. So.
And I've seen real life people that make it like 106 who credited having a drink each day being the reason they made it.
Yeah. So I thought it was an interesting topic. You know what I'm saying, to talk about. Would I want to know for myself? I don't think so. I'd be super curious though, so I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to say because I'd be super curious. And just someone giving you a date on when you're going to die is going to change your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just Bum and Mark's comment alone. That right there, knowing that July 15th, 2025 is your last day, change your life, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to lead your life differently.
If somebody said to me July 15th this year, I would say to myself, well, I might as well try methamphetamine just to see what it's like.
Right? Yeah.
Might as well go cause hell.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to play the lottery and blow all my winnings on bubblegum and hookers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, think about this as a twist to what you're asking, right? So you go to a doctor and they say, you have less than a year to live because you picked up some type of disease, so you're planning for that, and then all of a sudden you live like 5, 6, 7, 8 years past that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're on borrowed time then? I mean,
yeah.
They are telling you when they expect you to die, so they are giving you a date out there.
Yeah, if you have a terminal disease, yeah.
Yeah, but then you find out people that actually lived out there. When next year they come out, oh, you know what? We grabbed the wrong report. You're actually healthy as hell. You went up to those.
Yep. Take that to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Look what happened with Stephen Hawking. They told him he was going to die 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you another one that we thought a lot. Well, I know I did when I heard the news when Magic Johnson was diagnosed with HIV.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was it, son. In those days, someone
That
got
was it.
diagnosed. That was it. You were
Sure.
done.
Yeah.
And look at all these years later.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically do have a cure if you get diagnosed early enough. You can live a long life.
He had the money too to go overseas and get some other stuff done. They said too.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah. But I remember that stopped everything on campus. When I was in college, and everybody stopped.
Yeah,
like,
that was
right there in the press conference on TV, and people just like, "Fuck it, I ain't going to class right now." Magic, he needs help. You gotta help.
That was intense, man. Magic was the man. There's two sports figures in my life, right? I was alive for Muhammad Ali as well, but not during those days when he was, the whole draft thing and everything. I wasn't like, as conscious as I was when Magic was diagnosed and when Michael Jordan's dad was murdered. When Michael, I was never a Michael fan per se. I admired him, but I was a Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? In those days, those were very separate things. But when someone that great and their dad is murdered the way he was, that was serious, man. That was intense, man. I think there was a lot of public sympathy for him in those days,
Mm-hmm.
And then also for some reason, who was it? Was it Sonny Bono that got in a skiing accident?
Oh
yeah, he went into a tree.
Yeah, that was kind of a big deal too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Sonny and Cher were such a huge deal.
Oh yeah, in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, if you were, growing up in the 70s, yeah, I mean, Sonny and Cher was, and Captain and Tennille too.
Yeah,
I mean, they were there.
Tennille back there, yeah.
Yeah, neither of them crashed into a tree though.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because I can just remember going, you just ain't getting this black man to ski. I'm telling you right now, because them trees win. I mean, they win, son.
Trees always win.
There's never a time when I hear a human running into a tree and you actually, made a check mark for yourself. Like that doesn't happen. Like the tree's got so many chicken scratches next to it. Like you don't even matter.
I think the thing with Sonny Bono, everybody, I think, remembers how Sonny Bono died because it was so unusual. But I think the thing that makes everybody still remember that death is Cher's speech that she gave at his funeral when she just burst into tears. Because they were long divorced and you could see she still loved him. I think that's the most, I hate to say it, poor Sonny, but that's the lingering thing that makes his death the most memorable was Cher's speech at his funeral.
I don't think I ever saw the speech.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll tell you the truth. I have to be truthful about that. I don't. I do remember hearing about it, but man, just hearing about the death was like, oof, that had to be. And then wasn't it too that didn't John Denver die a similar death as well? Like not too long after that.
He was in a small what was it? Snap together aircraft.
Experimental aircraft, and he crashed into Monterey Bay or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was a similar time frame, or it wasn't.
Yeah, that was within like a year or two of each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Kobe tried to snitch on Shaq after Denver.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like that's not a cool move.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god!
You don't be your boys like that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that is. Oh my god.
Plus Kobe, I mean, you're big, but Shaq is big.
Yeah. Yeah, how's my ass taste and all that? Yeah. Oh my God, those two were something else. Yeah, back then. Yeah, I could not believe Shaq said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean asking? Like, what that? I remember hearing about that, and then when I finally saw the video of him saying that, it was like, what man? Like, I can understand you having a good time and talking some trash, like, but that, like, come on, man, like that was crazy to me, man. It's still crazy to me, you know. Like, tell me how my ass tastes. What? What?
Wow.
Did you? What?
There was no level off there at all at that time.
Oh my God! What was that? You know? That was crazy to me, man. So, who else is having an interesting beer, man, or just another beer that you want to talk about?
I just finished off those Lion Stouts. That's all I've had tonight so far on the show.
On the show, right? Yeah.
I've actually had the highbrow barista. You never asked me, so
yeah, I was going to say you never did ask Rod what he was drinking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rod.
From Platform, which is up in Cleveland.
And I'm sorry, what was it again?
The highbrow barista. Highbrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a coffee rye pale ale.
Can you show that can again, Rod? I couldn't see it too well.
There you go. Are you getting them now in Pittsburgh, Bum? By the way,
no.
Really? Okay, they're putting a new tasting house down here in Cincinnati as well. But I figure with them being in Cleveland, they should be coming your way pretty soon.
Yeah, well, hopefully soon. That can actually looks like a 1970s Houston Astros uniform top.
Yeah.
This one, those colors, they do all their cans like striped like this.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks just so you've got 7,300 ratings on here, 210 in the last 30 days, 6.4% ABV, 46 IBUs, and a 376 rating.
Okay, good.
Classified on Untapped as a pale ale. We had quite the discussion, me and Zach, on pale ales yesterday being like a just any more like just super generic style.
Yeah.
I happened to have a brown ale yesterday from it was the Downtown Brown from Odell or something like that. Anyway, it was their brown ale from Odell. And I brought up once again that browns as a style aren't quite that style that just like wows you. That they're not that style that's like, oh man, this is the best beer ever. Browns are that like comfort food sort of thing, right? They're kind of just a good sessionable style. And now you've got, and Zach brought this up. I hadn't thought about it quite like that, but the pale ale we discussed, and that's pretty much like a big garbage can sort of style. Like there's all sorts of styles. Just it's kind of the pop music of of beer. You know what I'm saying?
It's a melting pot.
You just don't know what you're going to get out of a pale ale. Like maybe 10 years ago, you knew you had an idea what you were going to get out of a pale ale. But nowadays it's pop music. And also red ales are getting to be that way. You don't necessarily know what you're going to get out of a red ale. Zach brought that up yesterday, and I thought that was a good point as well.
Yeah. That's another.
I think they need to keep them separated.
Yeah.
Amber and red. I think that's two different things. They need to keep them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because you got ambers and you got a red ale.
Yeah.
What's the difference for you, Earth, in those two styles?
I mean, visually you can tell a difference, but it's more. You have the more traditional beer flavor with the amber, And then the red ale is more sweet, malty sweet, with a little caramel maybe or something like that, a little bit more. At least in my opinion. A little bit more hoppy maybe.
Let me see
it's like a hoppier, and a red ale is almost like a hoppier amber with a little bit more malt. It's a little maltier and a little hoppier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Zach brought this up, and I'm glad I still had this tab on here from yesterday, because I've heard about this because I'll research topics to talk about, and I've heard about hop teas. This particular one is one that Zach had mentioned, and I guess he knows the people from the Denver area. But they're brewing these 3 different hop teas. And it's basically for someone that likes hop, you know what I'm saying? And but you can't necessarily have something alcoholic, right? And so they brew it in tea. And different hops go with different styles of tea. Does this interest anybody here? I'm very intrigued. It's one of those. It's one of those things for me that I'm like, you know what? I bet you, like in this case, for instance, I think this one here is a black tea, and it's mixed with Centennial, Simcoe, and Citra hops.
I would certainly try it. It might be a better option than your traditional non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
I know a few years ago here they did hop water, and people were saying it tasted like. They said people thought it tasted like bong water.
Hop water.
I'm not much of a tea guy anyway, so I might be leaning more towards something like that anyway if I was going to do something with tea in it.
Yeah, it's intriguing to me. I have seen posts in the past, but in the recent past, like seems like in the last few months, I've seen hop tea sort of pop up. So when he mentioned it yesterday, it was like, oh wow, yeah, I think I've heard that before. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is what they did previously with hop water.
Hop water. Wow. Let's look that up as well. That's interesting. Hop.
Got some good hops in there, man. I'd like to try it.
Like
that doesn't sound as good to me though. Are they still around?
I haven't seen them in a bit, but people were trying them. I didn't really try, but people were telling me it tastes like bong water. They thought.
Here's the hop water website. This is one of them, I suppose. So you got. I like this though. This is clever. You've got a hop right here, and then you've got hops 2. So it's basically H2O with hops in it. That's pretty clever labeling. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the carbonation. And so it's sparkling water with hops.
I'd actually like to try that.
That seems so. Let's read there. We make America's first craft brewed sparkling hop water, brewed with real hops. It's unsweetened and naturally free of alcohol, carbs, and calories. Using a variety of craft brewing techniques like dry hopping, we coax out all the hoppy goodness of our select Northwest hop blend. So they're not going into the hops, what styles they use. The result is a refreshing, sparkling water with the subtle and complex flavors of grapefruit, lime, lemon, pine, blueberry, floral, mint, and earthy spices from all the hops.
Over that.
And you got Cascades, Centennials, and different ones there that we're pulling it from.
So there's that sounds complex.
Have you tried that, Rob?
No, that's a different company. That's a newer company. It may have improved from what the other one had.
You haven't tried anything similar to that, though?
No. They were at one of the beer fests, and I'm like, water? I'm trying to get beer.
Look at this. So this looks like it might be available.
I'd like to try that, though.
This might be available at Whole Foods.
Yeah, maybe Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, maybe even. Or...
Anthem cider. Wait a minute. What is it? Is this in Arizona?
Joe, do some shopping tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'd trade my water for that.
yeah.
Oh, they were at the Rose Bowl Festival on May 26th. So they're definitely marketing this stuff. This is their Instagram right here. H2O well, I don't even know how to say it, the company's name really.
What?
H2O Ops or something. H2 Ops.
Yeah.
On Instagram. I mean, I'll give them some props. See, this is my problem with kind of craft, quote unquote, beverages, if you will. Look at this is a 4-pack, $8. It's $7. Oh, if you think craft beer is expensive, this is ridiculous. This is water, craft water. This ain't even soda, for Christ's sake. Craft soda. This is my problem with craft soda, because I thought years ago I was going to do craft soda reviews until I saw this. This is exactly what I ran into. $8 for a 4-pack of hop water. Does that change your mind?
Hell yeah.
Not to try it for the first time.
Not to try it. Yeah, and then you've got
consistently. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. Constantly.
Cold single bottles are now $1.79 for a limited time.
Well, there you go.
Limited time though. They lowered the price $1.
Yeah.
For a 4-pack. That's the thing. Maybe for a 6-pack at $8 a 6. I'm going by the regular price because you just don't know if you're going to get that price. You know what I'm saying? So the regular price and this is at Whole Foods is $8 for 4 waters. That breaks down to $2 a bottle for 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's happy hour water right there.
It's less than you'd pay for a bottle of, Perrier in a restaurant or something. But man,
I mean that's a high price to pay for some sparkling water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I get certain things. So it looks like they are definitely, because they're posting pictures from different Whole Foods in different parts of the country. So maybe at your local Whole Foods you can pick up a 4-pack. And I mean, if you're a Whole Foods shopper, that's an average price for probably some water. Tell you the truth, if you're a Whole Foods shopper, give me a break. I mean, now I haven't shopped at Whole Foods. I haven't even been in a Whole Foods since Amazon took over things. I've heard that Amazon has some like Prime discounts and stuff. Has anybody shopped there since the takeover? Is that true?
I haven't. Yeah. I've been there a couple of times, but it's been a few months. But today we were driving around and I saw a Whole Foods, and it had Amazon Prime members save here. A big sign in front of a Whole Foods. So
here we go.
They've got.
We've been there, but I don't think my wife used the Prime discount. I don't know if we were there last time.
Yeah, I'm hearing for Prime members, you get certain discounts on some stuff. It's Whole Foods, so I mean, like, the discount might be a regular price in another store, for Christ's sake. Like, I
will say that when we go to Whole Foods, though, at least here in Cincinnati, you get some pretty good deal on a pint of beer while you're sitting there waiting or eating at the bar.
Oh yeah,
sure you get a good deal, Rod.
No, he's right though.
Like a pint is like $4 or whatever.
No, he's right. They have several bars here at Whole Foods in Phoenix, and I love drinking at Whole Foods absolutely, because they have their happy hours fantastic. It'll be like sometimes anything they have on tap is like $4.
Yeah.
And they don't have like BS beer on tap. And then anything they have on tap, you can get nitroed. They'll crowler anything they have. Anything they sell in the store, you can drink right there. So you can go to the case where they sell the beer in the store, you have to go through the checkout, or sometimes the bar tender will check it out for you, and then you can but you go through I've gone through the checkout and then just sat at the bar and drank it. It's a great place to actually just sit down and be social, have a few beers, and because Whole Foods has good food too, they do. And so it's kind of cool to have a beer and a few things to eat while you're there. No, Rod's absolutely right.
Oh no, I'm sure he is right. But see, Rod walks in. You said what for $4? Rod will walk in when they're trying to get rid of something.
Yeah.
And
Rod,
hey, it's Rod. Let's drop our price.
Yeah, let's drop our. Oh, here's the guy. Yeah, it's Rod's Deals. Rod'sBeerDeals.com. There we go. Yeah.
my magic doesn't always work. So this happened earlier today. I went to one of the places that I usually go to have some beer, and they were doing a pint night last night with Leinenkugels, and they had some pretty cool Leinenkugel pint glasses there. So I opened one of the glasses,
right?
And it was only like $3 if you get the beer order, but I don't want the beer. I just want the glass. And they're like, well, we have to put in the beer. It's like, so I tried to drink a summer shandy. I got about a quarter down. I was like, okay, you got to drain pour this and just give me the glass. I can't do any further.
How much did you get those 4-packs of Guinness Antwerpen for again?
$1.99.
Yeah, there he goes. He can't even hold his head up and say it. Yeah.
He's almost embarrassed.
Yeah.
They sold it was like 50 cents a bottle. So,
Yeah, which is what? A 4-to-1 ratio there, a 3-to-1 ratio on the hop water there.
I mean,
that's insane.
You could have walked out of there with a case for what, $12 of Antwerpen.
Yeah, or 6 of the sparkling hop waters.
Right.
That's insane. That's insane. I think I'll just have what hops normally comes in. If I think
I'll give you a 20, Rod. You want to send me a case?
I probably could.
You can keep the change.
No doubt, right? I think this is the company that Rod was originally referring to, Hop Water.
Local there, yeah.
And so they have hop water, craft sodas, and mixers. So a delicious non-alcoholic craft soda with floral aroma and pleasing bitterness of hops. Hop water is the best thing to happen to hops since, well, beer. With no alcohol, caffeine. What is that? Quinine?
Quinine.
Yeah. Thank you. Or artificial ingredients, and only 48 calories per 12-ounce bottle. Hop water is the beer lover's secret crush and an opportunity for non-beer snobs. What is that? To partake in, though. It sounds like, I think this was created by Steel Worldwide here. To partake in the wonders of the noble hop. So yeah, pretty cool, man.
So look, they're still going, man.
Yeah, it looks like they are. So you have a ginger version, original, lime, and a grapefruit right here.
That's gonna be the hop or the beer snobs buying that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're maybe a designated driver, you can't drink it, it would not be bad either.
So I have to ask Billy D, is this going to turn into, like, now we've got the hop water people now? Like, are they going to be the new, tapping the glass label out people?
I don't think so. I think, that is a malt liquor exclusive. That, yeah.
I have to
think
tell
that
you,
brand would need.
They'll have to come up with their own.
This particular brand right here, though, I'm liking. Now, let me show you their website again. I'm looking at a different deal now, because look at this. They're showing their stuff in practical uses with alcohol. Hello, they're mixing it with alcohol. They're telling you all the benefits of not having it with the alcohol, but they're putting it with alcohol because that's what you want to do. So, but I kind of like that idea. Like, what if you could have a little hops in your bourbon and water?
Mm-hmm.
like, spice up your bourbon a little bit, or spice up your coffee a little bit, or
Your Bloody Mary. That'd be
these
interesting.
these are interesting little cocktail ideas they have.
Some hop water mimosas.
Yeah, like this. Now, see, they brought up a different, interesting spin. So you've got hop water gin and tonic, a mojito. Interesting. Margarita, Tom Collins, Moscow Mule, Apple Spike. That could be interesting. A Twisted Sister, Hop on the Beach. Nice. I like that spin. Ginger Carrot. I have not had.
They should come up with a hop on the gooseberry.
And then you've got hopped mocktails. I
didn't realize they were out of Cincinnati until I saw you fly up there. I thought they were just visiting.
So they're getting pretty creative. This is cool, man. So go to their website. This is drinkhopwater.net. Don't go to .com because that is one hell of a porn site. But .net. And there's also another one. You've got Hopwater, the original. Oh, .com. Maybe no. This is different, isn't it? Look at that. And this is drops. That's a different spin on it.
So like drops that you add to your water.
Yeah,
hop drops.
Hop drops.
There was a company that had hop drops to do it for beer too, like to put in Budweiser or milk, add hops to it as well.
That's
it tastes like a real beer.
Yeah. What beer with flavor, we'll say.
This is interesting. So they're actually making Budweiser in your own water, right? And so that's actually they're getting to the truth here, is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I need some hop drops.
So this is interesting, man. Hop drops is definitely really interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is like a whole thing here. So
what's that flavoring? That water flavoring? Mio? Is it Mio?
Yeah, that's the one they do for the beer. It's like begins with an M there.
Yeah. It'd be like hop drops, but in that aspect.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, man. There's a lot of things out there, and I tell you, having the hop water and putting alcohol back to it is interesting to me. That intrigues me a lot. Actually being able to have a cocktail, one of your favorite cocktails, with a little hoppiness to it, is interesting. Especially like your favorite bourbon or whiskey. You get different flavor, maybe different flavors of hops in there as well. That'd be fun to play around with. Maybe in your favorite milkshake, maybe a little hoppiness in your milkshake. Huh? That might be interesting as well. Who knows? I don't know. There's so many different varieties of hops. Hell, you could almost buy some hops and start randling different things with water. That might even be cheaper than buying those 4-packs from Whole Foods, dear God.
Even on sale.
Even on sale. God, the on sale price was basically $1.80 every 12 ounces. How expensive is that per ounce, Mark?
Wow. 60 cents an ounce?
Oh man!
60 cents an ounce, something like that. 16 cents an ounce.
What would Barrick say to that? He loves to be Mr. 50 cents a bottle guy.
Oh no, he just brew his own.
Not everybody's gonna follow the ratio that's given either, because that Mio stuff, they recommend you'll get like 4 bottles or 6 or 8 bottles worth out of that little squeeze thing, and for me it's like 2. So.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like $2.50.
Yeah, it is. So that's, I mean, what would a keg, would you go to a hop water keg party? Do they have keg parties? I mean, what would a keg, hey dude, I just got a keg of hop water, man. You coming over? We're having like, I don't know, what do hop water people have at a party? What do they have to eat?
Probably like a Magic the Gathering party or something.
Yeah, we're having
Tofu.
you know, we're putting tofu and veggies on the grill, man. Come on over. Right? And I
Growing
got
watercress and tofu. Yeah.
I'm putting, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that would just be one. That would be one of the most expensive 5-gallon kegs of anything you've ever bought in your life. Right? That is incredible. Anyway, well, thanks guys. We're out of here today. Oh yeah, Craig says he's gonna lurk there with his gooseberries. So.
Mary said she was going to leave and go have sex. So.
Yeah.
Taking care of the gooseberries.
Yeah. Oh, okay, guys. Yeah, she did say that, didn't she? Wow. Yeah.
So much for us.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. She was.
Not really. I don't think that's really a valid reason to leave Cherubbeer.
Yeah, I mentioned that to her. Yeah.
No, tell me about it, because we've got Bobo in there that has sex during the show.
Yeah.
You can
occasionally with other people.
Yeah. Occasionally with other people. Yeah. And, probably 25% of the time it's with other people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe we're in her ear and that's helping her
on
out.
the trampoline. Yeah. Sometimes it's with other people on the trampoline. Yeah. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good. So that's what we do here at Share Beer. We help get people.
We help get you off.
Yeah, we help get you off. Nice. I like that.
Hop on.
I like that.
If I am not the fluffer.
Yeah.
Getting you off of Share Beer.
Yeah, getting you off of Share Beer. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. We had a wide variety. I told you guys we had some stuff to talk about today. So we definitely had a wide variety of topics there, man. So a lot of fun today, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thank you to everybody that tunes in. You can reach me if you want to email me, joedreviews@gmail.com. Feel free to email, and even all those people that sent all the junk email as well. I've at it, I guess. We'll see you, man. Bum, Earth, Mark, Rod, and Carrie, even though she's not there anymore, and everybody else that was in the chat. Yeah, Craig's in the chat now, and even Bobo, man. Well, thank you to everybody that tunes in. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week.